coming?
Kevin, yeah, that was my question to you.
He
Maybe
said
I'll
he thought
send
he
him.
could make it. Give him a bump.
All right,
He's on the
I'll do that.
four-way. He is on the four-way.
He is on there.
Welcome.
I'll give him
Welcome.
a.
He might be having
Waiting
technical,
to connect.
you got to give him technical issue time.
Right. The age
I'll give
factor.
him a.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, I could always hear.
Raj,
you.
go. Raj,
You
go on
got
your good mic. Go on your good mic, not your bubbly one.
This isn't working?
All right, you
We
go
can
on
hear
whatever
you.
mic you want to go on.
We
We have this
God.
fight every week.
Yeah.
Jerry
People
always
love it.
sides
It's like
with Raj's.
It's like Six Stern and
Right.
his crew.
It's like Lenny and Squiggy. They're going to show
Yeah.
up at some point.
Right?
The problem too is that I can't. It's 100 degrees here, so I can't. Well, probably not too hot. It's probably like 95. I have to have a little fan going on.
I have a
Right.
fan on.
Keep me, you know,
We're in a heat
keep
wave.
people from seeing my nipples at the grocery store.
Yeah, it's pretty hot here too.
Yeah.
All right, we promised people 12:30. Are we cooking?
Oh no, we're on. So
Are we on? Oh, this is the show.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
I'm gonna send Kevin a link then. Here.
So we got Jerry
Uh-oh.
in Brooklyn. I'm in New York. He'll be back.
Will he?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in Vegas.
Raj in Vegas. Do you guys remember that
Well,
SCTV Christmas special? There was an SCTV Christmas special live from both. I think it was Vegas and Atlantic City. It was like you had Bittman in Vegas and you had Jackie Rogers Jr. in Atlantic City, and it was called Christmas. That's all. It was the 80s, but they did a lot of variety show type stuff from the 70s. They still hadn't shaken off the hold of the variety show, nor had showbiz.
I mean, that's a really great idea.
Christmas, that's all. Yeah, the worst place in the world to do a Christmas special from, Atlantic City
Atlantic
and
City.
Vegas.
Let's get into the Christmas spirit. With gambling and dancing girls.
I think that irony was lost on me when I was 15. Just those kind of sketches. Like, there's one on John Candy had this show, Big City Comedy, during that 1979 year where the SCTV didn't have a season. And they had this sketch about a Las Vegas high school. That was it. And everybody, had like platinum afros and long cigarette holders and colorful vests. Everybody was kind of a pimp or a whore.
Las Vegas High School. Well, I mean, Horatio, I don't know if he's still with us, but he can attest to the Vegas, the what it's like during a holiday in Vegas.
Holidays in Vegas. Light.
It's as sad as you'd think. It's as sad as you'd imagine.
Yeah, on Easter, there's not a lot of women wearing bonnets.
If you dig around, you can find neighborhoods where they really do up the Christmas decorations. But as far as the city or anybody doing anything worthwhile, no one gives a shit.
It's already decorated. It's already covered in lights. There's no room for any more lights.
That's pretty, yeah.
So they're off the hook there.
I think he can hear us, but he can't see us. Kevin, I think your camera might be off again.
I can. Oh, Dorf.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a fourth coming in. Maybe he's got to go through that rigmarole he went through last time.
I'll put him back in the
By the
green
way,
room.
he could hear us last time. So if you guys going to crack any jokes, just know that.
Well, he's in the green room, so if he can get out of the green room and get his camera moving, then I'll put him back.
That's like Zelda for older people. Just trying to function, just trying to...
Zelda. The whole game, too. The whole
Yeah.
beginning to end. It's like I just figured out Zelda, so I got online.
Because once you get to the first level, you've got to deal with the boss, and that's like your son-in-law or somebody. You got some guy. Some.
So, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm doing a movie, an independent movie about a family in a hurricane. It's actually most of the movie takes place in Puerto Rico, and it's only a few days here in Brooklyn, and I'm just doing the some of the Brooklyn stuff.
Oh, they're shooting Brooklyn for Puerto Rico?
No. Some of the movie happens in it's a Puerto Rican family, so they live in Bushwick. So we're shooting over in Bushwick.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We're shooting
Bushwick for
actually at the
Bushwick.
yeah, we're shooting at actually like the writer's like family's house. So I'm like we're in the like in a neighborhood. It's really hard to shoot over there. Streets are narrow. The trucks they have to park the trucks just all over the place.
Noise.
Is this a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's like paid for by the government of Puerto Rico. It's that kind of movie. It'd probably be in a lot of festivals and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
It's about
are you going to go to
hurricane.
Puerto
Hurricane.
Rico?
No, I'm just shooting the parts that's here. My character's in New York. It's a family.
Oh,
Part of them, they go back and forth. Part of the family's here in New York, and they go back to Puerto Rico.
You speaking a Puerto Rican accent?
No, I'm supposed to be mostly New York accent. They all do,
Oh,
so it's hard. They all do, so it's kind of hard not to because their accents are so thick.
And then
In
you
the
got to put the natural black voice.
I just try to sound like Tracy. And so whenever when I'm in a scene and it starts to go a little too New Jersey, I start to sound a little too
To Tony Soprano.
yeah, a little too soprano. Then I just think of Tracy and I slow that shit down. become more hip hoppy. The more they talk like that.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you just gotta slow it down. But yeah, like I said, when they're all talking like that, it's kind of not hard. I'm like just not hard to.
When we were
not
at
do
Second
it.
City, remember Dwyer had hired a Vietnamese coach, and the theater paid for it to teach him how to do a Vietnamese accent.
Yes.
For
It
real?
was great. Yeah, and you may as well have just watched, Jerry Lewis doing a Japanese guy or whatever.
Or Mickey Rooney, and I'm gonna watch Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's for research.
Yeah, it was a little better than that, but it was you really couldn't tell that he had been coached. What up, man?
Hey,
There's a
Dory.
man in the trees.
I got to boss level on the game.
You did, didn't you?
All right.
Hold on. Thank you, son. Very good job. Appreciate it. I don't have any money on me. I'll Venmo you.
And the kid goes, like I said, you're not my dad. I'm just helping you out, old man. Just walking by. That's okay, son.
That's the end of all the blatant Bill Murray movies. At the end, it's like, son.
Not my
It's
dad.
like, yeah.
Oh my God. And I thought I had it perfect. Like I did it exact right thing that I did last time that worked. And it was like, no. There's one thing you didn't do. And it is exactly like what you guys were saying. It's exactly like, it's not, remembering a password is nothing anymore. Like that's just normal. I don't remember my password. That's just every day. But
No, that's just
like,
that's just to be allowed to try to get stuff done.
yeah, that's just to remind you that you're declining. Like, oh, you can't remember your password. That's it. But this is a particular thing, which is, I know you remember that this is the way. It's not the way. which is a different dynamic. Your mind is playing tricks on you now.
I like when they throw you a bone, like that when they throw you a security question, like what was your first pet and stuff like that. Although some of them are very subjective, and it's like I don't fucking know who my favorite niece is. I got like 8 nieces. I can't pick a favorite. I can tell you who was first.
But then there's an air of condescension to the questions too, which is
right.
What was your first first address? I'm like, you're making a lot of assumptions about how I lived as a kid. A lot of assumptions. First of all, what's with this address business?
How you know it's not where I still
live in my
live?
dad's car. Yeah.
But at least they throw you a bone on that so you can get back on track. And they're like, all right, it must be you if your mom's name is Smith. But I hate when it's just like, you want me to reset your password? It's like, no, I don't want to go through 25 minutes of fucking mumbo jumbo.
No, I can't handle the loss of face. Don't reset my password. And the woman I called my mom, her last name is not known to me. So let's just ask me a different question.
They're just trying to make you safe. That's all.
They're trying to save you guys
from myself,
from having your identity stolen.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Deltoid said to Alex in Clockwork Orange, which is saving you from yourself.
All of our identities are stolen
Ted Knight's
anyway.
Unforgettable. I sent boys half your age to the gas chamber. I felt I owed it to them.
That's America's version of Mr. Deltoid. It's fucking Judge Smales.
And I am not a big Caddyshack quoter, but that line to me is a standout line from the decade, not just from the movie. Ted
Knight was the standout guy for me. I mean, there was a lot of standouts, but he was definitely, he was a pillar.
It's why
Rodney
the movie was
stole
made.
the thing.
Like that.
Right. Well, Rodney was stealing it. But that's when guys like Ted Knight are busy at the tiller.
But Chevy was really underplayed, so I think he may have been there was no protagonist, was there? Well, the kid was.
The kid.
Ramis was the only one who knew how to edit around Chevy's nonsense and make him look really good. He's funny in Vacation 1. It kind of ended there.
Come on, guys.
I thought they needed Ramis. Ramis made the first one work, and the rest of it was just a lot of silliness.
Yeah.
The first one was silly.
This is gag after gag, right?
Yeah. By the way, remember how much we all hated Robin Williams?
No.
Well,
I mean, it was a love-hate relationship. What was that? Making God nervous? Was that what we ended on?
Go make God nervous.
Go make God nervous.
It's got
but there's so much beautiful tributes now.
With Robin,
you keep hearing someone had testicular cancer and he went into the hotel room and made him laugh. All these famous people that had someone dying, he would go visit them and do bits with them.
No,
so you just keep hearing how nice and generous he was, and it's like I used to really fucking hate his comedy back in the day.
I didn't I didn't always understand what he was doing, but he was a better person than me in every way. So it's not hate exactly. It's just like lack of me getting it.
Before
there's a lot
died,
of that too. Yeah, the lack of you getting attention that you think is deserved.
Deserved. I deserved. Before he died, he was at UCB. He was just he was around there a lot. He would come to UCB. He would come to a lot of just really hole in the wall little independent little comedy venues and stuff, and just show up, asked to do improv. A lot of times the kids wouldn't let him on stage with them, and he would just want to be around and just be hanging around. And it was weird.
I've heard that.
He wouldn't talk that much.
He'd take over and then just talk for 40 minutes.
And start talking.
People like, hey, let's maybe not do that this time.
Of course.
It was a little crazy. Right? Yeah.
But any star like that is gonna take over in a weird way.
And some of that time he was
quite
drinking.
That way.
Well, at part of that time he was drinking, he had a drink at Bird's that was a pint of vodka,
Yeah.
no ice, pint of vodka at Bird's.
That's a
And
drink.
that's
Straight up.
because, and I know that because a friend of ours tried Will McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
He tried to buy Robin Williams a drink, and Robin Williams is like, no, you know. He's like, no, come on, man, you bought me a drink, let me buy you a drink. It'd be an honor to buy Robin Williams a drink. And he's like, no, thank you, you're very kind, but no.
Oh,
And so
Will
finally he goes,
McLaughlin's.
this is straight absolute. If you buy me a pint of vodka, it's going to cost you, $70.
And I remember that night because afterwards I heard Robin say, "Oh, Will McLaughlin's not so bad, Orson."
Orson.
What did you learn this week?
Remember you told me?
Will tried to buy me a drink.
Oh, I learned about
And
improvisation.
remember when you yelled at him? You yelled at him at some show you guys were doing? Dorf?
I didn't.
Was Dorf the
No,
adult
Dorf.
in the room who had to let him down?
Yeah, Dorf yelled at
Someone's
Will
gotta
at
tell
some
him
shoot.
enough. Oh, Will.
Will McLaughlin.
Come on.
Yeah.
They
What
said
did I yelled something at Will McLaughlin.
Because he didn't know his lines.
No. It wasn't at a show. It was a different bit. It was a different thing. We were on a set. And I didn't
Oh,
yell
a set.
at him. I made a joke. He was just struggling that day because he was like, oh, and we were in the middle of, some downtime. So he's just trying to quickly drill on his lines. And I knew he was having a problem, but on the other hand, I also wanted to give him a hard time at the same time. So I wanted to let him do his thing and get it right. But I kind of sidled over and I was like, hey man, keep it up, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, just trying to get him done, just get him in here. I was like, you want to know an old actor's trick? And he goes, yeah. And I go, the night before the shoot, just memorize your lines. And he's like, and he was very funny. He was like, not now, just not now.
That's almost as bad as telling someone,
But
forget your lines, forget your lines.
It was very collegial teasing, but it was also not the right time.
No.
Dicking with it.
Love that story.
He's having
sometimes you gotta
literally
get
the crisis that we have in our nightmares, like the actor
Yep.
forgetting their lines dream. And he's having it, he's living it. Only this time I'm in the dream saying, you fucked up.
That's the
Really
worst
not
feeling.
friendly.
Well, maybe you haven't done this. We've all been hungover at some point and have done work.
Oh man, I took a red eye here, and I thought, and at first I was gonna work, in the morning, and I'm so glad that I didn't have to do that, because as soon as because it sucked, like the flight sucked, I couldn't sleep, and as soon as I got to, I had to go right to set to go fitting instead of shooting.
Yeah.
And I was just I don't want to be there. And they were like, I got there at like 7:30, and they're like, okay, you can have a seat. We'll get you some breakfast. Say your room's not gonna be ready until noon. And I almost punched somebody. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
I guess I'll just keep ordering coffee.
Let's settle down. Well, because I knew I didn't have to really work. All I had to do was like fit some clothes and go to sleep. And I really shouldn't have done that. I should have said, and then I went up to him and I'm like, I sat down. I didn't explode or anything, and I sat there for like an hour, and I'm like, and I still didn't have any food, and I hadn't slept, and I'm like, hey, can I just go to the hotel lobby? Because I'll go there and crash out. Because I can't just like sit in a room where like PAs and shit are walking around. And I must have been the way I said it, and they were like, oh yeah, and they automatically got me, and they got me in my room somehow. But I must have been like fucking crazy. Like, hey, can I just get the fuck out of here right now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm angry or anything, but I need to fucking go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not angry,
There's a
but I
black
am
man here,
miserable.
and he's about to kill all of us.
So
Please, either call
if
security or get the hotel.
if I'd have been trying to get my lines, that'd have been awful. That'd have been really bad
Oh
to
God.
try to work like that. That's just would have been stupid.
If you
I always tell
come from
myself I'm
LA
going to
to New York,
memorize on
once
the
you're getting there the
plane.
day of.
What's that? Is Kevin? Kevin first?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. But if you come from LA all the way to New York overnight to be on set, it's
Yeah,
difficult because you're not, the New York
yeah.
hotels just do not cooperate, and the shoot
No.
is never going to be like, yeah, we figured it out. You can go right into your room. Like it's never,
No.
it's always like, I mean, what happened to you, I'm so glad you got in your room because I stayed in the lobby until 3 o'clock one time in the afternoon. I
3 in
was
the
there
after.
all day.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I was so bummed out, and I was just like getting up and sitting on the couch and going outside and sitting on the couch and sitting on it. Was just,
That's
I
like
mean,
torture.
it was really, I mean, it's, by the way, it was all like worth it, you know, it was a really cool project, but like, it was just like, this is, wow, not great.
I
And
mean, yeah, people
just
people always
great.
think that people always think too, like, man, I'd love to do that instead of what I'm doing. But then
Well,
you don't see the dark side. You don't see the dark
you know,
side of the biz.
It's
And
but
very
so
that
like,
unglamorous.
but like I'm watching The Revenant or whatever, and I'm like, did they live out here in the Canadian Rockies? There's no way they were comfortable.
No way they were comfortable. No.
And
No.
and there's no way. Like I was like, and this, I watched The Revenant after this happened to me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm a
Perspective.
weakling. Like he probably slept in a tent and he's wrestling a bear all day, in cold water. And there's no way he
yeah,
slept in a hotel last night. They're in the middle of nowhere. Like this is a nightmare. Like,
Oh, you're lucky if you had a tent.
horrible.
A tent is luxury. I mean, a lot of
No,
people
no,
had
not
to sleep in these
not not not
mounds.
the actual people. He's talking about filming the movie.
Oh, filming the movie. Oh, I thought you meant the
Yeah.
guys.
No, yeah, no, I know that the mountain men had it rough. I'm just saying the actors in that movie must have been miserable. How could they possibly have been comfortable? It looked
imagine
uncomfortable
those
just
people that did
watching it.
Apocalyptico. Remember Apocalyptico
In the
from
jungle.
Mel
Yes.
Gibson?
Way out in the
In the
jungle.
film in the
Yeah.
middle of jungle in Brazil or something? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. He'd probably
I
tell a
have
great
no
story.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's like that way. Like I've met him only once, but I wouldn't know. But like, was he like, oh no, we figured it out. Helicopters are going to take you to a hotel. He was like, no, we're going to sleep under a tree. I don't know which way he breaks on that.
Yeah, you're going to learn how to live in a loincloth. We're going to paint you we're going to paint you. You're going to stay painted. You're not going
Yeah.
to.
You know he
Here,
had him
have this
staying out there.
ayahuasca.
Most of the actors were native anyway. He had them staying out there. You know he did.
Yeah, they walk to work.
That's
You get a good sense of that in Fitzcarraldo, where they had to actually do what the guy did in the movie, try to move a ship over a mountain, which shouldn't be
Yeah, well,
done.
they made a documentary about how wonky that shoot was. That's how bad that shoot was.
I
It
know.
got its own documentary.
He got
wonderful.
3 movies out of that. 3. My Best Fiend, Fitzcarraldo, and the other one, the Burden of Dreams.
Okay.
I'm
yes.
sorry, but
I should
Michael
tell
was saying so.
once again. I should tell people I'm in a hotel room in Brooklyn. Michael's at home. Everybody else is at their residence, but I'm in a different place. Coming is fun.
Right.
But you sound
Is that
great.
why the video? Is
Maybe
that why the
maybe you
video
should.
is fuzzy? He sounds good.
I have no
It's
idea
The
why
online.
you
video's
guys
fuzzy
video
because
sucks.
Yeah.
Because this is the remote version.
probably
It shouldn't be. Your video should be fine.
it's a little laggy, but the audio's okay.
When
Look at the way let me see.
it's blurry, everybody's blurry. But when I look at the playback on the blurry ones on YouTube, it's just fine. It's crystal clear.
Well, then that's your
So that's our problem.
internet. Then your internet sucks.
I always
Yeah,
blame Ecamm.
we're blurry, but my own personal screen here is crystal clear.
No,
It's
my personal
Yeah, so
screen's clear, like
it's
Kevin
just a
says.
transmission thing because
The transmission.
mine is clear too. Yeah.
I
No,
get
I
it.
blame
Yeah.
Ecamm because this doesn't happen on Zoom, and it
I
happens
have
on.
heard
Yeah,
this. I
Jerry.
have heard this
Tell
complaint.
Ecam.
I have heard. Yeah, that because it's hard for you to read. Sometimes people can't read the things in here, the graphics, because it's so blurry. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we're
There
not
you go.
we're not the guys to figure this out.
No.
I listen to Phil Hendry, and Phil Hendry has he has a video of him doing the stuff, and he's always like the first 20 minutes is always like some fucked up shit that he's trying to figure out on his computer. Uh, because it's the backstory one. It's not the show itself, and so you get like a pre-show, and then his show. Then there's that's it. But it's
If
funny
I
because
have,
it's like he's 60 or something, so same shit.
Yeah.
He had to hire somebody to come do his shit.
Everybody
I
does. Yeah.
always
Yeah.
skip ahead when I sign on for if I have to listen to a podcast or choose to, which is not very often. I always skip ahead 5 or 10 minutes because it's always going to be a bunch of fluff at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, this
We
is a
haven't
good.
even hit our stride. It's been 20 minutes.
This is a good subject.
Yeah.
What's anybody listen to podcasts? Your favorite podcast that you watch or listen to? And this
I
one.
used to, other than this one,
I think there's one called Heart Stop Speeding or Heart Start Speeding. I think that makes more sense, and it's true. It's true crime and then ghost stories. I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't listen to those. But there's a nice dramatic, and it's well done how she does the crime ones, and the
I
missing
haven't heard it
person.
for a while, but I used to like to listen to Harry Shearer's Le Show.
I haven't heard that in a long time. I don't think he does that anymore, does he?
I think he does. It's been on for
Still?
decades and decades. I think it is. I don't, if he ended it wasn't that long ago. Maybe he took some time off to do the new Spinal Tap movie, but they must have wrapped on that. But I'm sure they're gonna be promoting it.
Right.
Dip
What
dip
fun
back
to promote
in.
that movie.
I don't do it week to week, but dip back into Tom Sharpling, and it's always rewarding to go back to him and hear what he's on about or who he's talking to.
Love Tom.
It's
Tom is
never
safe
it's
waters. Safe waters to listen to his
it's
stuff.
it's always there's
Yeah,
always nutrition
always
in what
good.
he's doing.
Yeah.
So he had Mark
Jerry,
Maron
what's your
on
favorite
last
podcast?
week.
Oh, Tom had Marin.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably New
Oh,
York
Marin.
Times. New York Times.
Marin's
Listen to that
great.
New York Times podcast. That guy going,
Well, I feel like everybody listened to Marin when Marin first started, and he had all these really fabulous comedy guests being really, really candid, really real, and all that. I feel like we were all listening to him.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of set the bar. He really set the bar for everybody.
He had Obama on.
Yeah.
Right. What did they talk about? Smoking
Yeah,
cigarettes
Dion.
and having
Thank
Paul
you.
McCartney at the White House.
Oh, quit smoking. I quit smoking. Michelle made me
Don't tell
quit
Michelle,
smoking.
but I have one.
I had one on the way over here.
He does.
Don't tell her.
Obama does sound like a black guy doing an impression of a white guy. That's the way black dudes talk when they're doing white people sometimes. That's what that's what Obama impressions sound like.
Nah, appreciate that.
Who's Lunar Spunk? They have a few things to say. I'm glad I'm able to see up Raj's nose again.
Well, Raj, you chose the low angle.
Well,
it's
you know,
more
I tell you
comfortable.
what, at least there's nothing
Like I'm
up there.
slouching.
There's nothing up there. Like a lot
Luna,
of people.
I'll try to lift it up. But this is Hollywood now. This is how we're doing it.
I tell you
like
what, a lot
Is
of people,
better?
you look up the nose, there'll be
Lunar,
a lot
come in.
of powder and stuff up there. And who wants that?
Wait, you got me
Neil-
centered, Jerry?
I think in the last waltz.
Yes.
In the last waltz, everybody's got a little bit of the white Hitler mustache.
Did you go pee?
I got more coffee.
Oh,
You need
So
I know
you
you
need
hate when I
coffee if
ask
you're
you
going to do a
bathroom questions.
podcast
in
at
25
9:30 in
minutes,
the morning.
I'll have like an urgent bladder moment or something in maybe 25 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can take it. You can take a break. You can take breaks here. You can just walk away.
Of course.
Sometimes I just need to cool off.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Now
It gets too
we
heated.
covered this before, and how that's Raj and Asscat. If he's getting bored or whatever, he'll just split for a while, go get a taco and come back or whatever, or just hang around backstage eating some seeds.
I may have grabbed the taco while I was back there ruminating on where the show was going, figuring out how I could fix it.
How am I gonna save this?
Well, what you guys may recall from being on stage with our friend Horatio is that checked out Horatio is the step before emergency
Emergency.
Because once he decides to jump back in the river, it's cannonball.
I think he always decided something switching up his head. You know what? I'm not listening, and nobody else is either.
That's when it's time for the Kool-Aid man to come through the third wall,
Right.
smash through the back flat.
Especially when someone would come in. Sometimes you'd have people come in and they would tell the same type of story, and you know off the top of the bat that the story's not that good. You're like, I'm going to take this moment to get out while this guy talks about how he thinks his cat can speak. So yeah, so I do check out a little. I always tell people, don't tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Janine never did the thing where she tells the same story again and again, but she'd get the suggestion and be like, "Yeah, that's nice, but here's what I feel like talking about," and she always knew what she wanted to talk about was whatever she would have talked about on stage that night. Garofalo. Janine.
We're doing
you're
monologue.
You're bashing Garofalo? Cool.
No, I love her. She had a very dismissive attitude about the suggestion. She'd be like, "Good for you." Now let's talk about what I feel like talking about.
I think she had permission. I think she had permission for sure to just do whatever the hell she wanted. Those crowds were so excited to see her.
She was good, and she could extemporize. She could really extemporize.
And definitely ignoring the suggestion is a choice. It's all a performance, so it tells you something about her right away. And it's fine. It's information.
Tommy was the guy. Oh, what do you got? What do you got?
Oh no, it was just a bit, but we should all remember with fondness that cats and bad drivers have helped a lot of our monologists over the years, and it's not like we should just ignore their contribution to comedy.
I don't know, Kevin. I disagree. I think sometimes you got to keep that bad comedy from filling up some good, megabyte space.
Right.
Tommy Blanca was another who never played by the rules. Everybody told Tommy, just take the suggestion and then whatever, story you want to. So, but it had to be real. He would tell a story that sounded real enough, but he always made them up and said they were real. Because
I know it was really annoying.
That was more fun.
It was really annoying, but he was just such a fucking fun freak.
Oh yeah, no, just having him in the room was.
So refused to tell a real story.
We would drink together. It was like it was the best, the funniest fucking shit. He was such a great asshole.
Tommy,
he was fun to drink with.
I talked to him a lot, and we have this bit going because we talk a lot about Detroit sports. And we were at a bar in LA one night. We were watching the Pistons play the Lakers. They were playing the finals, and there was a guy that would come in this bar in LA, and he was just a crazy Piston fan. He would wear Pistons jersey, but it was insane. Like the guy was like, you know, he was a little off. And one day he'd walk around, he'd pace around, and during the games, and he'd say stuff. And one day he said, Chauncey Billups was shooting a free throw. He said, "Yes, Chauncey, leadership." And Tommy could not stop. He's like, "What the fuck did he say? Leadership? Leadership?"
He's not going to leave that alone. He's not going to leave that alone.
For 20 years we've been texting each other leadership. And now John is in it. John is in it too. John's been in it. We just text each other leadership.
Oh God, no, John. Yeah, John he'll never forget leadership. Not John Glazer, no way. Leadership. That's right up his alley. Me and Horatio and Eddie Driscoll sat in Lawrence seats at a Yankees game one night. So we're really right behind home plate, whatever, the third row or something. And it was really close, really good seats. And it was getting to be a little bit later in the game, so the crowd had thinned out a bit, but not a lot. But there was this young kid that came up to where the fence is, where the backstop is, and he was cheering on his Yankees, one by one. Each guy would come up and he'd say, "Go get him, get ahead," or whatever. He's a really nice kid, and we're all sitting about 10 feet away from this kid. So now there's the tying renaissance in scoring position, and Derek Jeter comes up. And the kid, who's been going at it for a while, cheering on his team, comes up with this winner. Believe in yourself, Derek. We were so fucking blown away by that. We couldn't even make a joke. It was so good. I was like, the idea that Derek Jeter doesn't have self-belief is beyond belief, actually. And only a child could come up with it.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Well, it sounds similar to leadership. So maybe in their brains they're maybe the same age.
The reason I love leadership is because, and John Glazer has told me that story too, is that was an adult.
Yeah, I got that.
That was what makes it so special.
That's the kind of stuff that's like written on your third grade window. What's that?
Jerry made him sound like a man-child.
It kind of was.
Leadership, bro.
Well, it sounded like it, yeah.
Leadership, bro.
Have you ever heard the one? I'll probably get the little details wrong, but I'll be generally right. Have you ever heard about this one with John Glazer and Will Arnett going golfing? And they went up to Garrison or something to golf. And so it's like Will, John, and somebody else. And so they get a fourth from the starter. So to make up their foursome. So they get a guy they don't know. And it is whatever it is, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a beautiful day. Everyone's ready to tee off. And the fourth guy that they don't know, steps up to the tee. They have just met him 11 minutes ago. And he steps up to the tee, puts his ball on the tee. He's got his club in his hand, and he looks down, he's got his club, and he goes to himself, "Come on, Gary."
I do. I remember heard the story. Yes.
It's the first tee. And they look at each other like, "Are we going to be doing this for 3 hours?" He's already riding himself, and he hasn't swung a club yet.
I have heard that story.
Probably wrong in some detail or another, but the "Come on, Gary" is wonderful. That's a man. That's a grown man enjoying golf. He's a fucking ticking time bomb.
Come on, Gary.
Golf is just scumbaggery, man. Golf is just filthy. It's like Trumpian.
Well, now, yeah.
But you can find jagoffs like that playing 16-inch softball. It does not matter the sport. The sport brings out the absolute worst in some people, and it's all awesome. Oftentimes, just as delightful as seeing them at their best, because it's so unimportant.
Sometimes when the Cubs lose, and it literally ruins my day. I go, I have to walk this off or something. It's so ridiculous, and I know it. I'm conscious of it, but it happens, and every once in a
No,
while.
but
So I have to like,
that's us as fans not liking the outcome. But when you're participating in a sport and someone shows you that they don't have any idea, like they don't have any idea about
control.
the actual
No
stakes
control.
involved and the control that just being a decent person, and they're already screaming at themselves and they haven't even started yet. It's like it's not you don't do that. You're bumming us out. It's oh my god, we're about to see this happen for 3 rounds.
But they had some shithead jock dad that was coaching them too. So they don't know any better.
You can only hope it was his mom.
It was his drunk mom. Fucking put effort every fucking time. You put the bat on the ball, you run like hell. God damn it!
My kid's like that. It's insane. I was playing. We went to the beach with this other family. So the kid and my son, they were playing wiffle ball. We're playing on the beach. And the other dad is playing with me and my son. And first it was just the dads against the kids. And then the kids were like, let's play families against each other. I'm like, all right. So we were playing, and our wives are getting food together, and I'm like, all right, I'll just go ahead and end the game. And we're like, all right, it's ninth inning, and their dad hits the ball, and he's coming around, and I barely get it, and I barely get the ball, and he gets home. And my son is like, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you just like, you just dogging it now? I'm like, we're just playing around. He says, no, you don't. You don't do that. He started throwing sand on me and shit. I'm like, hey, take it easy. No, you do not. What's wrong with you?
Thanks.
I'm like, where did you learn? I mean, now these people are gonna think you got that from me. I'm like, I don't do that.
Right.
Also, you're at a real disadvantage because you fucked up, and he's right. And it's like there's no way back for you.
I'm like, and I go, well, my knee's kind of hurting, so like this is like, no, you lost on purpose. You don't take it easy.
Staying healthy is your responsibility.
Wow. It's pretty good values.
Leadership, Dad.
Leadership.
Yep, fuck yeah.
Leadership.
Believe in yourself, dude. Believe in yourself next time,
Dad.
Children never do what you say, they do what you do.
Somebody said that's the day he lost respect.
What was left of it? It's different at home. I don't expect much from you there, but we're playing now.
Believe in yourself, Dad.
Yeah, that's what he said under his breath when you were up
Believe
at
in
bat.
yourself,
Believe
idiot.
in yourself.
Believe in yourself before I put my foot up your ass. God, that's the best. Getting chewed up by your son in a wiffle ball game is fantastic.
I've coached that kid and everything. I've never had that attitude. I have to tell him constantly, don't talk. What he also does when he's actually playing in games is getting on his teammates. The fuck, what are we doing, guys? Come on. I'm like, you can never do that. What's that pass to?
Yeah.
Never.
Where did you learn it then?
It's just natural. It just comes out of him.
She's a tiger mom.
He's got a really
that.
bad temper and just a competitive personality. He's got a couple of friends. Like he had one friend where they stopped being friends whole summer because they accused each other of cheating when I were playing basketball.
It's hard hard to cheat in basketball. You gotta,
they saw each other at a party and they're like, "What's up, man?"
Did they pay off the refs? What did they?
No, one called a foul. He's like, "That's not a foul," and they're like,
"Familiar." I wouldn't yell at my dad or anybody else, but it did matter a lot to me. And I would, if someone cheated in basketball, I could see being like, "Fuck that guy" all summer.
All summer. I'm like, wow. They finally patched it up when school started back, but they were like, I'm like, you don't want to.
No, everybody hates a cheater.
He likes to cheat. He cheated. I'm like, really?
You had to hold the grudge because you're like, I don't want to I'm afraid of how we're gonna get together again, but we'll be forced to once we go to school together.
Right,
so we can act cool and still be at the same place together.
That's when you can be proud of him because in the spring he's like, well, we weren't friends for a long time, but now we're in the finals and we need him.
We need.
It's like now my son is an adult.
Yeah. We need it.
Today he
Yeah.
is a man.
I
He
don't
caught
mind that
to
he's
the
hanging out
reality
with
of the situation.
a Carbon Electra all night, as long as the next day he's ready to go and get 15 rebounds.
I really don't know
We
how like your
God.
kid plays sports, but I don't know how they do like the whole. There is no. You all get participation trophy. You all get something. Like my kid, they don't believe in that. No matter how much we told them not to take score, they take score. They've been doing it ever since she started. They don't care. We're like, no, there's no score. They're like,
he
yeah,
knew.
5-2.
That's amazing.
You're like, oh yeah,
I
That
kid,
would
is
try
so
to play the
cool.
hey,
congratulations.
I would try to do the no score thing, and the kids all got bored and they didn't want to do it. They always wanted to compete. They always wanted to keep score. Milo got
Yeah.
plenty of
Well,
doorstopper participation awards, and they know when everybody got one. They know what they are.
Yep, they don't care.
they don't want
No,
to be
they
in an
just go in the
exhibition
bin.
game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'll know like we suck or we're good. You know,
Yeah.
They should have
There's a
they should have like they should have the statue, whatever the person is, a baseball player, just with their pants down for everyone else who's not a champ.
The whole
Everyone gets
I want to dash back to the whole giving a shit enough to cheat in these low stakes things like the first fucking cage match we had at UCB where it was the Swarm, my group opposite this group Neutrino, and these guys cheated. They literally stuffed the ballot box so they would win. Who cares? It's a stupid midnight cage match. But then I always hated them after that. We always had a bias against them
That's
Oh
forevermore.
so
yeah,
it turns out we know who cares now. Me.
I
Oh,
I
definitely.
hated
Well,
breaking rules like manners and all that shit. Like you got to know.
come on,
Come on, you're in a theater now.
Irishmen hold grudges like nobody else. But
Perhaps.
we get over them easy. You just have to have it out. You have to finally have it out. But I'm not going to bring it up. They're not going to bring it up.
Well, that's the point.
What do you
It's
think,
not that they
Lunar?
hold the grudge. Blood,
What's
blood,
Lunar
blood
think
feuds
about
are
this?
common. Blood feuds are common to every culture, but only the Irish don't bring them up again.
Right? They just
It's the
stuff them.
most worthless kind of blood feud.
They
It
stuff
just
them
dies
down deep
inside him,
like a
and it
good Catholic.
just makes
Yeah,
him older.
I'm gonna let it eat me alive for the next 60
Yeah.
years. That's all.
And also pretend it never happened and that it doesn't bother me at all. If you bring it up, you're like, yeah, what was that? Oh yeah.
Remove yourself from the competition by actively cheering them on. Nah, I don't believe in that, but
No, I don't believe in that either. But that craziness needs to be like. I mean, sometimes people are like, "Hey, that's good for what is sport. You need to control it, obviously."
that's right. That's right.
But
Just
that is
right.
a
So
component that he's going to need to be if he wants to succeed in it. That's a component of it. And
that's
That
I.
does happen in sports
Yep.
sometimes when someone is doing something exceptional. Like when Larry Bird's like takes over the game and the game's already lost, so the other bench is like falling off the bench because of the trick shots he's doing. Or when 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 somebody breaks a record like Hank Aaron or somebody, everybody will cheer for him. There are those flashes.
Yeah, you know
yes,
what? I also like it too when somebody's trying to break a record and the other team is like, "Fuck that! We're trying to win a game." You know, it's like
Definitely, you gotta
getting them in
I
there.
like
remember
Dorf. What was your history of white people?
that was about the guy. I did a thing called White History Week on Conan, and there's 4 of them. And I did a couple run-up ones, which was like a guy that owns. It was based on a great day in Harlem, and it was like a guy that owns all these great jazz greats, and I was like, can you imagine that there's a guy out there that owns records by all these artists, and it's just this record collector. So it was like a thing celebrating him. And then the next one was the guy who was defending Will Chamberlain the night he scored 100 points, and it was a focus on him. And I made the guy up, and I made up his name, and I found a picture of a dorky basketball player, and I played. We got music, Sweet Georgia Brown music to play in the background, and it was just the whole thing about how terrible he was, and
Well, of course,
He had
Dorf led with the
smoke.
100-point game, and then he said something like, "But what about the man who was guarding him?"
Yeah,
And
what about him?
and the
Yeah.
whole and then just focused on that guy and his place in the history books, which where he, I think Dorf belonged. His character believed he belonged in the history books. A little more credit, huh?
Yeah, and I only at the end of the whole bit. These were just like 90-second things that looked like kind of Ken Burns type documentaries. And then at the end, a lot of push in on still photographs and pull out on still photographs and stuff like that. And then at the end, it was like, perhaps Will Chamberlain said it best when in reference to the character's name. When he said after the game, "Oh, him, he stunk." Yeah, White History Week was four things. It was, can you believe what this guy owns all these jazz records? Which was, I like to have a lot of fun with that one. Then there was the guy that guarded Will Chamberlain. Then there was this one. There was this one called the Glory of the Irish, which was just a total shitting on Irish immigrants. That was the third one, I think. I'm trying to remember the fourth one, but it was
That
in the
game.
same vein.
Conan let you put all those in one show, or were these
No,
peppered
no, no. It
throughout the
was
week?
from Tuesday to Friday.
Oh
It was
my
one each. There was
God!
one each day that week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow, he didn't do a lot of running series.
It was just. It was written that way, and it was supposed to be, show. They worked, even though I think
I love a runner.
sometimes the jokes might have gone just a bit over the head of some people, and arguably, maybe they weren't as perfectly crafted as they could have been, but the points or whatever, the jokey point of being of it, focusing on like, oh wow, like this guy is important, even though he wasn't or whatever, like that got. I think that worked generally, and that's why we got to do it, four of them. But like, they were just fun to write and produce.
It was
Because,
very SCT. I thought it was very
yeah,
SCTV.
I really enjoyed those. I can't remember what the fourth one was about, but it was the same idea.
It must have been a killer.
It was about something Irish. Yeah,
I'm sure it
I'll
was.
just space out while you're talking. Go ahead.
Was that in your?
Irish?
Was that in your packet?
No,
That
nothing
was
in my
not in your
packet ever made it
submission.
to the show. Nothing in my packet ever made the show. I think,
Oh wow.
and this is no one asked this question, but I'll answer it. I think packets sometimes are to demonstrate not what you think you can put in the show, but what you would.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of, I think a package should be slightly more funky than the show. And that way they can see what you're expressing and what you're capable of, and they can make the right decision based on that.
Oh,
They
more
also want to
funky.
see like what the kind of stuff you're gonna add, especially if the room is already made up and you're new, and we'll see what kind of writer you're gonna be, as opposed to like what the stuff is actually, like, oh, he's gonna bring this voice into it, and that'll help, or that. We already got that. We got plenty of people who write like that,
I always get hung up on the
wavelength is fine, but
I would get hung up on this idea of showing my voice, like, oh, you got to show your voice. I'm like, well, it changes. I just want to serve the idea. It's all, and it's true. You can't. Maybe you don't think you're showing your voice, but you are. No matter what you put out there. But anyway, yeah, it's hard to think about in those terms. Besides just one piece at a time. Anyway, for me.
well, like if you try to like match what they're doing in your submission, I just feel like you're asking people to go, okay, yeah, that is what we do.
Right.
But I feel like if you kind of just color just a bit outside the lines, they'll go, okay, well, we'd never do that, but okay, yeah, that's funny. Like I put something in my packet that would have involved all these, things that would have never happened, but they were funny to me, and I think it helped.
So Dorf, you and Jerry, you guys both agree that you should color a little outside the lines in your packet, in your submission.
I mean, I colored
that's
completely outside the lines when I got hired as a writer by not having a packet.
There you go.
So there you go.
But some people are
All
so
right. Where's all the
brazenly
noise coming from?
me probably. I'll get it.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
Mo,
I
you mean the
have had to
voices or
go
the
in
noise?
for
We
the
hear a
other
lot of
jobs.
noise. Dorf, you can mute between comments if you want, because there's something crazy going on where you're at.
It
Or is
sounds
that
great.
Horatio? It might be Horatio.
I
It
think
sounds
it's
like there's a soap opera going on over on his end too.
Yeah,
I think it's
it's him.
ratio. Yeah.
Is it
Skype
gone
is.
now?
Uh-oh. Frozen.
Oh no, he's not frozen. He's there. Oh, Kevin's frozen. I'll get him back. Oh no, now these are horrible sounds coming out now. Oh no. This is this is this is bad. I'll see if we can get Kevin back in a little bit. Oh, now everybody's frozen. Well, back by myself again. Well, I'm having a great time here in Brooklyn. Like I was telling everybody, I'm doing a film, independent movie about a family that survives a hurricane. I'm doing a part that's here in New York City, in Bushwick, shot here in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and see if I can get everybody back. What else? Thanks for having us. They'll be back, I'm sure, right? Don't you think? I hope. What else can I say about this movie? Sponsored by the government of Puerto Rico. It's partially paid for, but by that, I guess it really documents a lot about the hurricane, or hurricanes in general. What else can I tell you? What else has been going on in the world? Seems like Trump is don't want to get into this. Taking over D.C. Hopefully, the same outcome as they have the same outcome as Los Angeles. But this is getting kind of ridiculous at this point, and I find it really upsetting. And I find it really upsetting that there's a group of people who, I mean, if you said a few years ago that the federal government was going to federalize any municipality, any city, anything in the United States, there's a group of people who would have absolutely been up in arms about that and taken up arms about that, and they are not saying anything about this militarization, and it's exactly the thing that people are talking about. Anyway, hey, I was just talking about Trump taking over D.C. I
I
was just
haven't been
hoping
watching.
that
How's that going?
it's terrible. I mean, it's bullshit. I think at this point, like anybody, no matter what side or whatever you're on, I mean, I was like saying, like there's a group of people who should be like up in arms about the federal government militarizing any city, town, whatever. Like,
Who's going to do anything about it?
We don't need
well,
that.
you would think that the fucking the Montana people, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, they're not. Well, they're going to be fine with this one.
right, because it's not. Yeah, it's a city, and it should be like no, they shouldn't be able to take over anything.
We talking about
We'll
DC?
see.
Yeah.
They got the
But you know
shaft
I
when
what?
haven't been
Reagan was
watching, to be
there.
honest.
The war that he's trying to go, the homeless people, that's the one I want to see, because that's the one they're never going to win. I guess they moved a bunch of homeless encampments out, and I'm like, yep, try that. Let's see how that works out, because it's going to be right
Well,
back.
they had programs before during Carter to really try to do something about the homeless, and they're addressing the situation. People were getting treated, they were getting housing. Reagan came in and said, "Get rid of them, get rid of all of it," and they were literally turned out. They were turned
not
out of the
only that, but
hospitals.
like mental hospitals shut
Yes.
down.
Yep.
Just
They
people
just
just on the
cleaned them,
street.
just sent them back on the streets, and they're still there today. So now Trump's doing the same thing, similar thing that Reagan just turned them out. Now Trump's there to crack their skulls. Do what they did to the homeless people in L.A. after COVID.
I mean,
During.
it's
They
again
bulldozered them into a van.
try to, but that does people end up back wherever they were. That never works. All that stuff that they do
They
in
don't go
LA.
Yeah, you
away.
can't.
They're just
That's not how you
displaced.
fix the problem.
I mean, most of what they're trying to do in LA is try to get people into housing, which is good. So they really try to force people into housing, but people end up right back out. They just do. You know, it's warm weather. People can stay outside. People are on drugs. If you can't get them off drugs, it's really hard to get them in the housing because you can't be in housing and be on drugs.
So the drugs are the real problem.
That's a big problem, yeah.
People need to be put in institution again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, more beds, more treatment. Yeah, that would help out a lot of people. But a lot of the people on the
Yeah.
street. I mean,
It's
come on. Like,
obviously not the one thing that's gonna help,
no,
but
it's
I
not
mean
just one
it
thing.
is
No.
only one thing out of many.
You ever see these pods they have in Japan?
There's a pod hotel like right down the street from here in Brooklyn.
Giving homeless people their own pod is not the worst idea.
Well, they're doing that in
Have
LA, but again,
have a
like people,
communal shower.
they got the tiny
and
houses in
and
LA. They got a lot of that stuff, and it does work. People are in it, but then there's also there's a group of people who are just not going to be housed. They're not going to be in a shelter because you can't do drugs in the shelter.
Yeah. You yeah, so I mean that's I guess that would
inside the shelter. No, you go
Right.
it
down
would
behind the
inform.
Dollar Tree to do that.
I'm sure there are people that are doing very well on it, you know? And sure,
Yeah.
there's gonna be, but when you're treating homeless people, like we were saying, so many problems are coming in. House isn't it. The house isn't the cure all.
It's not just the only thing, no. No. And you got and it's different in different places too. Like in LA, there's a lot of people that end up in LA for that reason. There's people who get pushed to LA, from other cities, that were homeless and somewhere else. It's different in different places, You have to address it the way, where it is, the way it is, I'm sure like in Vegas, it's different. In like New Mexico, there's a lot of homelessness there, but it's a little different. It's like it's drug homelessness, a lot of native.
Mm, yeah, it's a big issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Gee, a lot happened since I've been away. Did everybody's thing go out, or was it just me and Kevin?
No,
everyone's.
everybody's did,
We all
but we
rebooted.
haven't been able to get Kevin back. Joanne says a
It's
lot of mentally
fuzzy
ill
today.
people look like they're bad. That
It's
is true.
fuzzy today, Jerry. I can't read any of the words when they pop up on the screen when people
Yes,
make
I know.
comments.
I know. I can read them, but you can't. So
You got to play Jerry Todd and tell us what they say.
says a lot of mentally ill people without meds are observed to be junkies when they aren't. A lot of mentally ill people on the streets.
Mistaken for mental illness, right? The
Or
behavior can
mistaken
be
for
similar.
drugs. Yes, that's true too. And
Yeah,
and
that's
both
rough.
and both can be true in many cases.
But if the only homeless that
In
we
my
had
own
were
case.
just the mentally ill and non people on drugs, we would have enough room to feed them and get them housing if they wanted it. And then there's the few who aren't going to accept it. They like that life. They kind of choose that life, and it's hard to do in America. Everything's working against you to just live in the wild, um, or
Yeah.
to live wild.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Go back into the woods like a coyote? People are
They'll
gonna
bust
beat
you on
you
that
around,
too. They'll
get
be
them
like,
off
"You
your
can't be
property.
here." They're more tolerant of you sleeping on the streets than they are sleeping in the woods.
They are.
Forget that.
That's
The
true.
rangers will come rout you out of there,
Or
throw you in
campgrounds.
jail
You
for a
can't be in a
night.
campground for too long. Yeah.
Oh,
Tax
well,
the wealthy.
that's this
Start
is
UPI. Let's check triple up for once. We in this country we can never tax the wealthy enough. We always got room to tax them more
yeah.
and pay for things.
The
because
taxes in England during the war were so through the roof, it was insane. People were
Well, here
being
too.
taxed like 89% in England.
Here too.
We used to tax people. Yeah. We did have high tax rates. Then they
Yeah.
went on the rich. They went down and down, and then the bonuses went up. They're like, how can we get
Like
all
we
of it?
pay ourselves more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking, speaking of cheaters and hotheads and stuff, they're just like, all of them are all kind of, fuck you, we're gonna go out and do our own shit, you know? Like it's a very huge risk people took to get on a ship and come live, They
I
really
mean,
must have just been like, there's a lot of money out there, guys. Let's do it.
I don't know if you ever felt,
Not,
Horatio, but I've felt in this business a a kind of like hidden I don't know, aggression toward me making any money at all, like especially from the people that make money who don't give a shit about what you do or whatever. They're kind of like,
yeah,
I kind of get this feeling of like, why are we paying these people this much money to come and fucking do what they would do for free, you know?
yeah, yeah. They've
Sometimes.
realized that, but they haven't. They don't respect that thing. It's just like there's rules in theater that we all were playing by, and there were rules in showbiz that we were all kind of playing by, and then you needed to make more money than everybody.
Right?
You got jealous of whatever we were doing. I guess in your eyes, everybody's in a giant orgy with babies thrown in and out of it. Um,
Well,
in their eyes, but yeah, like yeah, it got too greedy. Like
I
now it's
felt
like
like
now you.
there's always
Go
somebody
ahead.
willing to take advantage of people in entertainment, There's a long history of Colonel Tom Parker.
But you
Definitely.
saw it coming, You saw it coming with the record business,
I mean, that's the worst.
you know.
Yeah.
And
One,
and then- and,
yeah,
I,
and
and I'm like, here it comes. The internet's coming.
Yeah.
Same
well,
way.
that's how
Same
the
way they got
improv
wiped out.
theaters. That's how the improv theaters are painted, and I don't think showing up once or twice a week to do a Harold or some silly show is quite the same as these guys like like Robert Johnson, giving up these songs for not getting their due. We're just goofing around up there. Um, it was a mutual thing
No,
that you get to
I'm talking
showcase
about.
yourself at these comedy theaters, and then they get to keep the lights on.
Oh yeah, no, I don't really think of that the same way as
We're talking. I'm talking about like when you're
But
a
that's
part
how
of
they get
something that
painted.
is making
UCB4 get
millions.
the UCB4 get painted as Colonel Toms.
well, I mean, when there's nowhere to perform, then I guess people will know the difference. When there's nothing to
Yeah.
do.
Well, the casting directors used to show up. They stopped showing up because no one
If
wanted
it
to
was
do the.
Colonel Tom, which is like what Mitzi would do, at the comedy store, if it was really like that, then UCB would be your manager,
Mm-hmm.
as you went on, and that's that kind of shit, like you started my club and now I'm your manager for the rest of your career.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
No, but Lauren does do that.
Yeah, kind
Colonel
of.
Tom's
Yeah.
it,
He touches.
where where you can and can't
But
do
not. But
this.
He tried. He
But we
tried
all know
to.
the
Didn't
rules.
really
We
work.
all know the
Yeah.
rules. If you make money, you make more money. If you make that money, you make more money. You know,
You
if
make
they're
money from
paying you this,
me.
it's because they want to make more money off you.
But
Whatever it
artists aren't
was.
money minded. Everybody knows that. They just want to do good shit.
Yeah.
Of course, we all want money, but you can't be thinking about that. You got to do good shit.
We want money so that when we're not hired by anything, we can just do nothing and be lazy bastards and just buy things and eat great food and have
I think
sex with
people
each
just
other.
want what they're
or pay
worth.
or pay my bills when I'm not working.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, of course. But that's what That's what I think people assume that it's just like Beverly Hills 90210 or something. I don't know, not that show specifically, but
No, that's a great show.
just the image. Well, I don't know, like who influences more.
the country more into what you think the image of the country is. Like what shows? Is it the internet? Is it like
Well, it used to be
influencers?
prime time, but prime time went away. So it is the internet. Prime time doesn't
Yeah,
have that
so
swing it used to have. Television.
so it's basically every class clown that thinks of a good idea is out there getting 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 a zillion views. So they're not getting better. They're just this version of that. And then no one wants to see them do any other thing. So they commit suicide. So that's how that whole deal goes. So it's even more
Whoa.
price.
Lunar Spunk says obviously the show that that's American Zeitgeist is American Idol, obviously.
Uh, well, maybe I think it's a combination of shows like anything Beverly
It is
Hills. Like when they
is
show
it
Beverly
is
Hills, there's the beach, there's the phony shots of the beach, there's the glamour shots of the Hollywood Hills, there's shopping that's supposed to be like, wow, shopping. Wow, I get to pay $100 more than I normally would when this should go to Marshalls.
Well,
You
when
know.
I think of America, I think of Bar Rescue. I think that's the most accurate picture of America
watching
Oh,
today.
what I meant is the
Bar
watching
perception
Rescue.
of.
somebody
I'm sorry. What
dress
I meant was
down
I
everybody
meant the
else.
perception of LA in the world.
Oh, to
I meant the
everybody
perception
else.
of LA, how LA is portrayed. But
Okay.
yes, I also believe that Bar Rescue shows you just like how fucked up economically and people on drugs trying to act straight. Like, oh my God, it's a fucking freak show. It's the trashiest suburb in any city that you go to, and it's like they have like a 9 o'clock. The bars open at 9 a.m. and close at like 8:30.
No shit.
When in
Some don't even
fact, it's the
close.
most depressing place,
Do
and
not
it's
want to
kind
hear
of boring.
anything about cities, how bad cities are. You watch Bar Rescue. You take any trip in this country, and you know the way it is in every little town or whatever.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
fucking
depressed
the nice hamlet.
everywhere.
It's depressing. Yes,
Those
every place
bars
is
in Bar
meth
Rescue
methed
are
And I
out.
know,
so
and
depressing.
I mean, it's the towns are depressed. Like they don't have money. Like you can tell. Like
Yes.
the
There's
gas
that
stations
too.
are shitty.
Yeah.
They're selling homemade sandwiches in the gas station, which usually is a good thing. But you don't know what these maniac, meth people were making in there.
Yeah, Raj, Jerry, I gotta hop in a second. I gotta go, but don't you like this status play that Raj is doing, being down in the corner there, like the guy
I
who gets the spot in the corner of the restaurant? He gets the high status chair. He's got the sunglasses on. It's like, yeah, you guys can have your light rings. I'll be over here with my shades on, barely lit by a lava
I
lamp
was
in the
I was
corner.
just about to do the same thing.
The status play? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's all
Well,
try it.
I'm sitting. You got to sit in your favorite chair, and since I'm not using the tripod, I'm just using the music stand. It tilts up, and I can't get it to go lower.
You can
Yeah.
frame up. You can
Yeah,
frame
here
up.
we
Oh,
go.
there we go, Jerry. Jerry, can we see the feet? Maybe we can see the feet obscuring. You know what? I do
Oh no,
podcasts with my
power,
feet up. I always have my feet
power.
up.
That's
I sit like a
leadership.
boiled shrimp
That is leadership.
with my feet up.
See,
Oh,
are you in your favorite
leadership.
chair?
I'm in
See, now
bed.
if the real Dodgers had a
Oh,
little
you're in
more
bed,
of
even
that,
better.
If the real Dodgers what?
I'm just saying, if the real Dodgers had a little more of the energy of putting the feet up on the table, then they'd have some real leadership.
Yeah, they're dropping fast like the Cubs.
They are,
On
man. Well,
that
the
note,
Cubs aren't dropping. Cubs just have the Brewers to deal with.
oh my God, no, they are dropping though. They lost 2 series in a row.
Well, the Dodgers are
Uh,
too. So they were like they're
yeah, I
tied
mean,
right
so
now for.
they're both going to be fighting for the wild card.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
Raj,
well,
you
guys,
think
well,
you're a
I'll go too.
maybe?
You're leaving. When are you
You
jumping
think
off?
in a minute? You think 145?
Okay.
So you think you're a maybe for the playoffs, but probably this isn't their year.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's their year.
Do
There's
you
not
think
enough
it could be the
confidence
Reds?
in these new guys.
Could it be the Red
And you know,
Sox
we got
year
some old
again?
guys that were playing great, and it looks like they all got tired and
Yeah.
can't hit now.
Like Justin Turner.
Justin Turner is the biggest example. And you know,
Oh,
when he was hitting
Milo,
earlier, I think the Cubs.
We have a Cubs card for you from the store. A collecting card, a
Oh,
baseball
thank you.
card. Milo picked it out. He thought you'd like it.
That's very nice. Tell him thank you, but let me when I see it, I'll give him a personal thank you.
All right, we'll send it to you. Yeah,
All
I got to
right.
hop, fellers.
All right,
Always
kids.
a
Good
All
to
pleasure.
right.
see you. I'll be
Thanks,
back
Thanks,
Jerry.
next
Jer.
Thursday.
Thanks,
Well,
Mike.
actually,
All
I
right.
got to
Talk
work
later,
next Thursday,
guys.
so maybe Friday next week again.
Hey, Jerry, let me know if you want to get dinner in Chinatown this weekend.
Oh, well, maybe tomorrow.
If I have time. Milo's flying back today. He just got married in Alabama. So if
Oh,
I don't have stuff to do with him, maybe we can squeeze one in.
yeah, let me know. Or tonight, too. I'll be done
I
fairly
got
late.
treatment tonight, so that one's off the table.
Well, let me know tomorrow. I'm around.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Peace, fellas.
Bye, folks.